Hello, this is Mrs. White, and this is evolution lesson for today. Now, before we start, I just wanted you to take a good look at four different beaks of this single bird. This is a finch, by the way. Now, if you say that the shape of the beak varies, that is correct. And we're going to talk about evolution in action and evolution itself today. Now, what is evolution? Now, evolution is a change over time, specifically the change in trait of organisms as they evolve in successive generation. So our focus today is evolution and the vocabularies evolution, traits, environment, species, rapid evolution, antibiotic resistance, and natural disasters. This is not happening right away. It needs long period of time for species to entirely evolve into a new species. And therefore, they start branching out. Now, the evolution is believed to occur because of its environment, such as change in temperature, space, or availability of food and water. Organisms are either forced to move away, or the better traits of organism actually are contributing factors of organisms evolving. For example, a successful evolution of individuals that have better trait are most likely to survive and reproduce. According to the concept of evolution, organisms that survive will reproduce and pass these better traits to their offspring. Now, for example, in this diagram that you have, the better trait is the pink circle. Over time, that pink circle will take over that same environment, and the green trait, which is not a very good trait in that environment, suddenly will disappear. And this is an example of evolution, and this is an example of individuals successful in their environment. Now, today every species is well suited for their environment. And normally, as the environment changes, evolution happens, and species can either die off or evolve into a completely new species. Let's take a look at the example of the polar bear. Now, the polar bear is well suited to live in an Arctic environment, and therefore it is adapted to it. Now, it camouflages and it has thick layers to keep it warm, and therefore they're successful in living in the Arctic. So, the chances of polar bear to reproducing and surviving in that environment is bigger compared to other organisms. Now, for the most part, evolution is a very slow process. It takes hundreds and thousands of years to evolve into a new species. Now, scientists have believed that it took more than 100 million years for all the species that we have right now to evolve. Now, what is rapid evolution? When you say rapid evolution, an example of this is the bacteria who has developed antibiotic resistance and become unaffected by it, especially when we take the antibiotics. And these individuals will have that specific trait that would make them more likely to survive. And therefore, that trait caused them to reproduce and pass that antibiotic resistant genes to their offspring. And this is an example of rapid evolution. So, that being said, we don't want to keep on taking antibiotic because of rapid evolution of bacteria. Now, other reasons for rapid evolution is a sudden change in the environment, not just only in the bacteria, but also some other individuals that will be successful with that drastic change. Now, individuals who are successful to their environment will move on, but the ones who are not will either move at a different area and or die off and replaced by individuals with different traits. Now, some examples of changes in the environment happens during a natural disaster. forest fire, or volcanic events. Now, let's summarize what we have discussed today. First, we talked about what evolution is. We also defined how organisms evolve. Either they die off, or if they're successful in their environment, they survive and pass on their genes or their desirable genes to their offspring. We also discussed about rapid evolution and how it happens. We also cited an example, which are bacteria that develop antibiotic resistance. And lastly, we also took a good look at events that cause rapid evolution, such as natural disasters, hurricanes, typhoons, forest fires, or earthquake, and volcanic eruption. Now, I hope this helps in studying evolution throughout our unit, and I'll see you in class.